Hey, this is Peter Osborne with Beaver Blitz, and I'm going to do video 2 for Oregon State Center News Keabunum. And this is actually a really good play by him that helps Oregon State get a first down. It's physically a good play. He makes the right reads. He does the right things. So let's go through this and give News some props here. So I'm going to run the play first and then review some of the things before when it's over. Okay, so good play, good guys. One thing to notice here, so you have News who has a nose guard over him. If you notice, he's kind of shaded, meaning kind of lean over to the right a little bit. His helmet's not lined up with the crown of News, but actually to his left shoulder, but the defender's right. And at the beginning of the play, he is actually trying to go this way. So not only is he starting a little outside of News, and News has to snap, but he's also trying to go the direction News wants to keep him from going. So let's also, to continue our conversation from earlier, you have a few doubles in here as well, since you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 roughly people being blocked by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. You're going to have some doubles here where people are going to try and drive some of these guys to the second level, try and block, get them moving backwards so that they can peel off to pick up anyone that shows, but also give the running back a clear lane they can run through. And that's one of the most important things, to be honest. Oftentimes, linemen will have what you would consider a good block, but because of the way they're moving or the fact that they haven't created a clear lane, running backs don't really know where to go. So while someone like me might sit there and shout at the TV because there seemed to be this wide open lane, if you were to look at it from the rear camera angle, you may actually notice that it's hard to tell where the lineman's blocking the guy. So if the lineman doesn't make it obvious, if they can't, create some separation, create some movement, and their butt really dictates where the person should go. If you see the butt, you cut it up. If they get someone turned sideways and their butt is ever facing a sideline, you want to go that direction. You want to go behind them because they're engaged in a block that's pushing someone in a defined direction. If they don't do that, then it's really hard for running backs necessarily to know, and so they just kind of have to guess. So in this case, Oregon State makes it really obvious. So right here, so you have this guy fighting across, you have this double here. You have News kind of engaged in a block with him, and see, look at News's helmet. He's already gotten to the outside. So while this defender is coming across, News has already worked forward. I mean, this is a pretty athletic play. He took the right step. He's got good position. He's not real high. He's down low on this guy. His hands are inside. He's in the position to drive this guy in a direction he wants to go. Now he's being fought, so it's not like he just drives him straight back here and deposits it on this ref, even though this Pac-12 ref would probably deserve it. But he does get such a good position. He's able to engage him in a way that creates a lane for the running back. And then you have this awesome double team that happens here, and they kind of create a wall that makes it hard for this guy to get through. And again, this play is successful if he gets here. It's not every play has to be a touchdown. This play against that defense, you have one more defender than you have blocker. If they can get him to this point, that is a huge win. Oh, I couldn't pause it, but let's go back real quick, 10 seconds here. Okay, so this is a thing of beauty right here. This is the line of scrimmage. You have a defender pushing against him, and yet your offensive lineman here, in this case News, has this guy turned sideways and is driving him. And look at his hips. That's where he's going. Look at this guy. He's got him here. So if I'm a running back coming through here, I can see this lane. This is where everyone's driving. Here's your butt right here. Here's your guy pushing this guy out. So I have to just get to this point, and I can already see this lane. I can already see where they're going. And you have a lot of movement backwards, which is great. You have a lot of movement of people driving the defenders back towards the 50-yard line. And of course, we'll finish this and first down, good guys. One thing about this play too, actually, that I want to point out, I'm really big on finish, and I'm really good on if you're blocking a guy that they don't make the play. On this play, the guy that Nous is blocking actually makes the play, which normally I would mark someone down on. But in this case, you have a one-on-one block on a run play going horizontally. You have a defender pushing against you that started out with an advantage by their alignment. For Nous to get around this guy, to get his hands in him, and to drive him back, look how far he drove him, right? He drove him this far so that at the point he makes the tackle, we're at the first down. This is an amazing block by someone who, last year wasn't even playing and was a walk-on, all these things that people like to say about, linemen or players in general that make it surprising to do this good. This is an amazing play against a really good Cal defensive front. So to me, while oftentimes if I see someone lose a block and then that guy gets on the play, I'll mark him down on that. On this one, he was engaged the whole time. He was fighting the whole time. He was driving him backwards, and they accomplished their goal of getting the first down. This to me is the same as a goal line stand. The fact that Nous blocked him the whole time and did enough to get to the goal was awesome.